Hey guys, this is Real Appalachia with Shane.
And Melody. Anyway, we are going to be taking a look at Mount Airy, North Carolina.
Also known as Mayberry.
Also known as the home of the iconic, the legendary
Andy Griffith.
Hope you guys enjoy this, and we'll see you at the end of the video.
Hey from Mayberry, Mount Airy, North Carolina.
Well, the good old Snappy Lunch. I've been told that you cannot come to Mount Airy and not eat at Snappy Lunch. So let's check that out. What do you think?
All right, sounds good. Let's go see what the inside looks like here.
You want to have the world famous Porkchop Sandwich?
Nah, I'm on pass.
And of course the walls decorated with all kinds of Mayberry memorabilia.
Yeah, really cool inside.
Barney, Andy, Helen, down below.
Shane's head's so big he can't even get out of the shot here for me.
You're welcome. Alright, and here's the famous pork chop sandwich. I'm going to give that a try, and it looks like Melody is ready to go into a cheeseburger. Alright, I'll take that as a thumbs up. You can't beat that. At least it wasn't your middle finger, so that's good. There's Otis. I think I see Rafe Hollister in there. That's like a very obscure character.
Oh, and all of their autographs. How cool.
I didn't notice that. Well,
such a cute little restaurant, and man, they were snappy. I'll give them that.
it was quick, wasn't
It was.
it? Nip it in the bud. Got to see Barney on the way out. All right, we'll go. I guess we'll walk up down the street here. This is kind of
It's such a cute town.
Yeah, it is.
It's a perfect day to explore it too.
It's really busy. I wouldn't think that it's a small town, but
No, not at all. But everybody is super nice.
all right, Floyd's Barber Shop. All right, we got to check this thing out.
Oh yeah.
You can almost see Floyd in there now.
Looks like they're closed today, but they do have hours.
Yeah, let's look in here and at least look in the window.
Okay.
See what they got going on. Wow.
How cute.
Oh, look at that. That is retro. Again, this is authentic right here.
Oh yeah, like the checkerboard floor and everything. I love it. I just love this alleyway. It is beautiful. The perfect place to take a picture.
I agree. We'll have to take one of you here.
Oh yeah, I love it. The Mount Airy sign.
All right, moonshine. Here we go. Moonshine pies.
Miss Angels. All right, I gotta check this out, of course.
Heavenly pies.
And it's all pink in here. I love it. Full of desserts, and it's pink. This is like my heaven.
Yeah, not the most masculine place for me. For a good pie. Let's see what we got.
It looks like anything that you could want, they have it. Chocolate, fruit, all
Just
kinds
peachy.
of stuff. Oh yeah.
Nut House. We'll go check that one out.
Oh yeah.
Man, anything you can think of here, don't they?
Moonshine pies look really interesting.
Excited.
Yes.
And here's the old police car. Looks like, oh, we got Barney and Andy and Malou in there.
Gang's all here.
This episode where Barney bought a car that gave him all kinds of problems. Looks sound like something my dad would buy. Steering wheel came up on him and it's broke down. Bundle of Mrs. Lish. Oh, I remember that. This little bear.
The soda fountain. It's so
Walkers.
cute.
Because Ellie Walker, that was actually Andy's first girlfriend on the show, Ellie Walker.
Oh wow.
Have you ever paid 5 cents for a Coke?
Nope. Can't say that I have. Beautiful mural though. I love it.
I love Hunt Brothers Pizza. I know that's nothing authentic about that, but I love
There's
that
a little
stuff.
bird up there.
That's interesting. Oh, the quilt.
Oh, I love the quilts. I would love to learn how to do this. It's just the cutest town, and it feels like you're stepping back in time.
And what I like about this versus all places we go, it's really bustling and still thriving, not dying, you know?
Oh yeah, they even have a pet spa.
Well, let's check out more of this little town. What do you say?
All right, sounds good.
Neat little building. And Another street
Where
sign.
to next?
Let's go in the regional museum.
Okay, yeah, definitely want to check out this museum.
Oh, it's Petey the Pink-tailed Possum. That's another plug for my book, by the way.
Looks like an old ticket station. I would love to have done this. Sell tickets for the train.
I can see you doing that. 2 tickets, please. I can definitely see you back there working that the cash register. Old buggy, I guess.
This is such a neat little room. I love these little model towns. They are so cute. It's got the train running through it and everything.
This is a big one, too. Goodness gracious.
It is. It's like so realistic. Looks like little people could be living in there.
I just love stuff like that.
I know, I love it.
I like to have like something like that all the way through my house.
Oh yeah, I had a train set when I was a kid and I loved it.
Did you really?
I did.
I did too.
I am definitely a train loving girl. It's like the whole main street of the
now, this is
town.
the stuff
That's
I love
so
too, yeah.
neat.
I love stuff like that. And here must be an old throwback one here to...
That looks like that old hotel. I'd really love to see that. I wonder if it's still standing.
That's a good question. We need to find out.
Yeah, for sure.
White Sulphur Springs Hotel.
It's so cool.
So in the basement, and they have a fire department exhibit.
I love this. My Uncle Rod would have loved this. He was a firefighter.
With a lot of old examples of fire trucks. That's really cool. Look at that. Another one. I like these old stuff like this. I don't know. Something about it. Is it an accident that alarm went off when we came down here? I don't think so.
I love seeing this old furniture too. It looks like Victorian style, I guess. I wish I could have that all through my house.
It's really nice. I like all those different exhibits too. You got the fire department, you got local history, you got just all kinds of things. This is a nice little museum. I'm surprised.
Really wide variety.
Yeah. Pretty surprised how good it is. All the old mink.
And shoes.
And this is the Hillsville Massacre. They got a really good display on that. Now, do you remember I talked about that in the history thing a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I watched that video. It was really cool.
I need to do more.
It's awesome to see this exhibit here for it.
Yeah, you forget how close it is. Good old Andy Griffith. This is some of his memorabilia, so I guess it's not all at the Andy Griffith Museum. Let's see a guitar, his old records. Neat little display here, and of course, he's put in right beside Jeb Stuart, Confederate general. Had a lot of local ties. It's interesting to see all this. Uh-oh, here's your favorite part.
Chang and Ing bunker. So cool.
Yeah, I wonder about they fathered some children, didn't they? How many was that?
Was it like 21?
Something like
that.
I don't think I want to know how that all went down.
It's pretty interesting.
Alrighty. Well, there's one for each of us.
We're going to race?
Yes, let's do this.
So pretty neat.
And, of course, the obligatory moonshine display.
Mm-hmm.
Got a couple of moonshiners, and I do believe this guy's checking you out.
I think he's been checking out the moonshine.
Something going on with him. And
Barney's Cafe. We'll have to eat here the next time. Ate too much this trip.
let's take another look at the street while we're out here.
Yeah, it's just like stepping back in time. It really is. I love it.
I like seeing the locals around too. Like, you can just tell that some people just come down here and hang out like you would expect it.
Yeah. Mayberry on Main.
You know, as much as there is references to Mayberry, of course, but it's not bombarded with it like you'd think, is it?
No, not at all. Looks like an old bank there.
There's that Coca-Cola mural again. I like seeing that one pan down here and take a look at the street scene. And Snappy Lunch, Floyd's Barbershop. Be interesting. There's the old theater. Grab a closer look at that
Really cool.
later.
Was this the old jail?
It says Holcomb Hardware Store.
But it could have been a jail.
I mean, it could have been a jail. I guess it could have been. But I'm thinking, I don't know. I think this is the jail.
No way, that thing's tawny. I'm much more convincing.
I don't know.
There's bars on every window.
Well, the furniture, hardware is expensive. You gotta protect it. All right, and here's Emmett's Fix-It Shop. I love this little display here in Mayberry Courthouse.
I do too. I love the old truck.
Let's go in and check it out. What do you say?
Right. Even has sheriff on the door.
And here is the jail cells. So this looks exactly like it's right out of the TV show. Even
This is a really neat setup that they have.
got Otis's hat. And my grandparents had a heater just like that.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love seeing stuff like that. And of course, this is where Sheriff Andrew Taylor did his business.
You mean his work business?
Yeah, his work business. Take this phone. This is where Barney would do. Oops. I'm having a little problem here with this. Nita, Juanita. God, I love those episodes. And there's where Barney's little chair would have been. The gavel, Justice of the Peace. And let's see what we got. Went back here to this other cell. I don't remember being a water cooler there.
No, I don't think that was authentic for the show. But everything else looks so much alike.
And there's a key. I don't think it'll work on those locks. Let's see.
I'm glad they do have it locked up, or you'd be throwing me in there.
Check out that old TV.
It's not a bad sale with the TV in it.
Yeah, no deal there. I think I will just throw you in here. Give you about 3 good days in there. You might straighten you right out.
I have to say, it's really nice in here.
Justice of the Peace. Let's go look around and see what else is out here. Well, let's see. One last swoop. I want to look at Barney's stuff here. Oh my God. Do I see Aunt Bee's pickles? And some fake guns. And, oh my goodness, Ernest T. Bass's famous brick that he threw and broke many a window with. Oh yes, Big Maud. I love the episode they're on. This, these women criminals, and they do this call on the radio about them. They give her like 50 names, like also known as Big Maud and blah blah blah. And at the end it said, and also Charlie Newman, or some kind of man's name.
Looks like a couple got married here. It's pretty romantic.
Have to be a big fan to do that, wouldn't you?
You would.
Let's take a look here. We got Andy, of course, Barney, Otis, all kinds of people out here, all the goobers. Velma Lou, Miss Crump, Emmett, and there's Foley's. I mean, they got everything you can think of. Even this cannon. There was an episode where Andy tried to sell this cannon. He got allowed a guy to buy it. And it was a great moral lesson for Opie. It's a gift shop.
Another awesome old truck. I love
It's
it.
the Darlings truck. That's the one Briscoe and his boys drove it in on. The band called the Dillards actually was those guys that sang Dooley and all kinds of stuff. Hey, there's the mayor's office, Mayor Stoner or Mayor Pike. They had 2 on them on that show. I was a big Mayor Pike fan. I don't know if that means anything to you. This display looks like torn right out of the show.
It all does. They've done a really good job here.
And there is Darling's truck on the other side. There's Wally's Towing. That's where Gomer and Goober worked.
Love them both.
Yes. Mayberry Union High. I can't believe I remember the song for their high school and not my own.
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad. Or maybe I shouldn't admit that on tape. This is old house. This is the Darlings' cabin, I guess, shack they lived in. Get verification, yes. So we had Briscoe Darling and his 4 boys and his daughter Charlene. Could you live in something like that?
I think I could live there. I like the porch.
And here we go. Let's check out one of these squad car tours. What do you think?
I think so.
I think this is...
I'm really excited about this. I love the little service station. It's so cute.
We got a regular and high test. I guess you probably never even heard of high test, have you?
Can't say that I have.
Closed on Sundays. I love that clock too.
Just as it should be.
Amen to that one. This is a beautiful day.
I'm excited for the tour.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my gosh.
Every piece of granite from this church was hand chiseled. You see all the different sizes and shapes. So they put a block up and there'd be a gap. And some craftsman down here on the ground would eyeball it and chisel a piece out to fill in the gap. Now, no way in the world they could ever figure it out and make it precise. So if we got out and walked around the church, we would see the more. And there's your air conditioning.
Yes.
Don't save it because that's about all you're going to get. Here's our First Presbyterian Church, built in 1912. Same granite and same quarry, but now they got a saw. See the difference? It's all squared up.
Yes. And I like the first one. All those
Most people do
details.
like the older type.
Yeah.
Then we have the one single largest.
Yeah.
It's what's called an open face quarry. And what they're doing is the deeper they go, the wider the granite gets. Remember the first two churches, a little bit of difference in the color.
Yeah.
It's 90 acres, which we can't see all 90 acres. It's been measured to be 2 miles deep, and whatever they use to measure the depth, 2 miles was the deepest it would go. But the granite vein was 7 miles east to west. That's still going to be standing.
Wonder why they hadn't tore it down. Just,
Well, built in 1896. That's the oldest church in town and the smallest. Then on that, it's on the National Register of Historic Places. Robbie's. He doesn't have it, you don't need it. He's got Boy Scout uniforms, Army surplus, pots and pans, boots, night crawlers, fishing gear, guns, ammo. No charge to park anywhere. Parking is free any place you want to park. It costs you the same amount of money to park for 5 minutes as it does for 5 days. Zero. Right here where you see Leon's, it looks exactly like it did when Andy was going up. But when Andy was going up, it's Main Street Grill. If you look up the top of the sign, you'll see some.
Oh, yeah.
See the Main Street. Here's our Museum of Regional History.
We did go on there.
Did you? Did you go to the very bottom floor?
We did.
See that big hunk of granite?
Yes.
So when they're building this museum, they hit granite, so they just built around the granite. Market Street was an active street when Andy's growing up. Had a couple of produce stores and grocery store and all. But this is our art center. That's sounds kind of funny, being an art district in Mayberry. And right here, the high school seniors came up and had a little contest and painted all these murals on the pavement. And on Thursday and Friday nights, Friday and Saturday nights, I'm sorry, the streets blocked off. They have vendors down here selling food, crafts, artists, and all that kind of stuff. So it's really pretty neat. There's 2 breweries down here. And this wall was here, and it was called the Whittling Wall. Well, back in the early days, this wall was here. It was cement, but it was called like I said, it was called the Whittling Wall. And about 5 years ago, we decided we need to do something to honor the people who made Maynard what it is today. All these statues were hand carved. This is in honor of our textile ministry that we used to have. Mr. Reese was a prominent businessman down there. Mr. Jones was the principal of the Black High School in Indiana. Donna Fargo. And this is in honor of our bluegrass tradition. And the gentleman sitting right here on the end is Tommy Gerald. Tommy Gerald was a world famous fiddler. And his fiddle is actually in the Smithsonian Institute. Music was Boyle's shoe store when Andy's growing up. Holcomb Hardware, been in the same family since the 40s. Andy and his mom and dad shopped there. Now that is a true, old-timey, old-fashioned operating hardware store. Still got the wooden floors, the pot-belly stove, and all that good stuff. Now look up here at the top of this building. You see the owl and the squirrel up there?
Yeah.
That was a bank when Andy was growing up, and that's granite. That owl and the squirrel was hand chiseled. The owl. He was like an owl and save your money. Squirrel. Squirrel your money away for a rainy day. Visitor Center. When Andy's growing up, his First National Bank, they built all these banks out of granite because they wanted that customer to feel like their money was safe and secure. In fact, they put the safe in and built the building around the safe. So if anybody wants to get the safe out, they're going to have to tear the building down. And that's not going to happen. Same thing right here, Bank of Mount Airy, 1923. Only thing in there is the original safe. But look at the colors. They were all hand chiseled and polished. Walker Soda Fountain. Started out right there as Lamb Drug Store in 1925. Same building, same location. Andy worked there in 1939. And his job was to deliver food and medicine down the streets to the masses. That is a true, old-time, old-fashioned soda place. They've got the best milkshakes and malts and cherry cokes and root beer floats. Still got the original lunch counter. And then if you look behind you, you see the cocoa wheel back on that very back wall. There's a building back there we need to look called the canteen. And when they tore the building down in the late 80s, old cocoa mill was there. It was all faded and all screwed up. When we had a cocoa bottling company in the 1900s, that mural dated back to the 1900s. Cocoa came in and repainted back the original colors. Miss Angel's Heavenly Pies and Cakes and Cookies. Anything you get in there is going to be good. Plus, she has moonshine ice cream and moonshine pie. It's the real deal. You have to be 21 to buy it. If you look on the chalkboard on the right here on the right-hand corner, you'll see the 21 plus menu. Earl Theater looks exactly like it did when Andy's growing up. Still show movies and still got the balcony. Been recognized as one of the 10 historical theaters in the state. Opie's Candy Store, their grocery store when Andy's growing up. Forrest Barber Shop, Andy got his hair cut in there. You went there and sit in the chair and get your picture made. Pictures are free. He's been closed for a couple of days. He had a death in the family. And then Snappy Lunch. Andy ate there when he was growing up. Snappy's been in the same building, in the same location, under the same family ownership since 1923. Snappy's famous for the Porkchop Sandwich. Porkchop Sandwich is a steak sandwich in North Carolina. Steve wanted a girlfriend, so he thought if he could join the army, get a uniform, because that didn't work out. So he's mad, he's breaking all the windows out, and he gets a call and says, "Come on, Barn, Ernest East at the intersection of Pine and Main." Pine and Main. Another reference back to his hometown. Post office built in 1932. Granted, of course, but look up the top where some craftsman with the hammer and chisel did all that decorative work. Statue of Andy Griffith going fishing. The Andy Griffith Museum is brick. The reason is they built it beside the elementary school that Andy attended, Little Red Brick Schoolhouse. That was Wofford Elementary Auditorium. This is what right here in this parking lot is where the school was. But that auditorium was a wooden stage that Andy sang on in 1934. He was 8 years old. He was in the 3rd grade. He did a talent show to say my old gray Mary ain't what she used to be.
This is in the Andy Griffith Museum. It's changed a lot. I was here just a few years ago, and they've dramatically done it, and it's a huge improvement. I mean, it looks really good.
It's really nice. They have these interactive screens that you can look at everything on, history and all that.
Including Andy Griffith's shirt, Sheriff Andy Taylor's shirt, I should say. I love this stuff. I don't know. Barney's my favorite character. I got to be honest, but
Isn't Barney everybody's favorite character?
I think so. There's those gloves from when he had his little motorcycle. My favorite episodes. And the old salt and pepper. I need a suit like that.
You do. And the hat.
You think? Is it me? The old salt and pepper. Man, I love him. You really got to go back and watch some of these old shows.
Oh, yeah.
So they got all kinds of memorabilia. It's amazing what they got. Ken Berry, he came way after Barney was gone, so I'm not sure they even captured that era. And there's Goober's little outfit.
I really like Goober, too.
Did you like Goober or
did.
Balmer better?
Both.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Goober grew on me after. At first I thought it was just a cheap replacement, and then it's like he grew on me.
Yeah.
Because they brought this guy in to replace Barney named Warren, and he was terrible. And it just, but Goober, he does grow on you, and he just loved being a part of the show too, you can tell.
Oh, yeah.
Here's some more Andy Griffith stuff. Oh, the old barbershop pole. I love that. Barney Fife for Sheriff. I love that episode too. He runs against Andy Griffith like he's...
I remember that one, yeah.
It's kind of tense.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. So we got some Otis.
His old hat. Is this the actual desk from the show?
I think so, yeah. I know a lot of the stuff on there is. The gavel and the typewriter and all that stuff. I was amazed that they kept all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way they knew at the time that this would be this valuable. Amazing. And I'm just a fanatic of this show, so this is like, I mean, this is Mecca to me, you know. Griffith Parkway.
Of course, I love seeing the old dresses. Those are cute.
Okay, and yeah, a lot of people forget that he actually recorded music. He was a great gospel singer.
Oh, yeah, I don't think I knew that.
Really versatile guy. And this is the legitimate, authentic sheriff and justice of the Peace Sons from the show. It's amazing they kept this stuff. I mean, that's amazing.
It is, and it looks like it's in great shape. I'm glad that they have this here.
Yeah, this is... Like I said, if you're a big fan, it's not a huge museum, but what it has is powerful. It's got a lot of good stuff. It's just... Yeah, the old salt and pepper again. Marquis. No Time for Sergeants. That was a movie that kind of broke him out and facing the crowd. He actually played a bad guy in that movie, which is kind of odd.
I've never seen those.
Yeah, oh, there's the keys. Actual keys. So cool, man. That's just really, man, it takes me back. It just, to an era I didn't live in. I've just watched it so much I felt like I was there, you know? So many good episodes. I just don't even know where to start.
How many seasons was it on?
Don't ask me that kind of stuff. I think there's 200 some episodes all in total. But it only counts the Barney years. That's all that matters to a real Andy Griffith fan. Yeah. There's the old sidecar. It's a great episode. There's Betty Lynn's section. They just put this in. This wasn't here last time I was here. She played, of course, Thelma Lou. Mm-hmm. I actually met her. I was down here, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. And she was the sweetest. She's 90-some years old. And she was the sweetest. She'd sat there and answered every question you'd ever have.
Somebody was saying that. I think the tour dropper.
Yeah, she moved here. She just loved it. People just embraced her. Oh, there's Goober. Goober says, hey. Oh, and here's your favorites again. Chang and Ing.
They are all over this town, and I understand why. It's so interesting. They have their own little section here.
Yeah. Yeah, they were the basis for being called Siamese twins.
I think that is so neat.
Yes.
It's just so interesting that they could be married to 2 different women and sisters in 2 households. You know, they had to have 2 houses to keep from fighting.
Oh my God, yeah, what a nightmare.
Andy's home place. Andy's dad bought this house in 1935. And he paid $600 for it. But now, 1935, that was a lot of money. But the house was only from the door to the front, that's all. Door to the front. A shotgun house. You know what we're talking about when we're talking about shotgun house?
Yeah.
Living room, bedroom, kitchen. He was a cook wood stove. Didn't have indoor plumbing. One was always mom and dad had a living room and a dining room and a bedroom. Did y'all know this house is owned by the Hampton?
Oh, wow.
I remember all that.
I absolutely love this. Andy and Opie, and it looks like the opening scene from the series. Do you remember that?
It's so nice.
Yeah, do you remember the theme to it? Can you whistle that?
Let me try.
Well, let me give it a shot too.
You're no better than I am.
I need to wet my whistle. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this look at Mount Airy. And Melody, this was your first trip to Mount Airy, right?
It was, and I loved it. It's such a cute little quaint town. The locals were so friendly. I just loved it all. I could retire there.
So what would you say your favorite part was?
My favorite part was getting to ride around in the old police car looking at the town. Our tour guide was so good and informative. He was so much fun.
He was super entertaining. I love that too. And of course I love going to see the Andy Griffith Museum and seeing all the memorabilia. They have tons and tons of stuff in the actual show that's still in existence, which is amazing to me.
Yeah, the town museum was a lot of fun too. It was really cool.
We had some good food. We had, there's just so many things to love about there, and it's kind of hard to fit into one day, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah. If you go, you have to go for a weekend and just really take it all in, because there's so much to do, so many good places to eat. Some of the locals even talked to us about trying Barney's Cafe, and what we should get there, and it was just too much for one day, but just gives me a good excuse to go back. That's
exactly right. So what I always say about that stuff is just I can't wait to get back down there. And honestly, as much as I loved all the things we did do, one of my favorite things too was the people. They were just so genuine and friendly.
Yeah.
It wasn't fake. It wasn't like they're getting paid to be,
Yeah, it's really real life Mayberry.
It is. It's the closest thing we'll find in this day and time. That's for sure. And,
yeah, for sure.
So I guess we'll go back and check it out sometime. What do you think?
I think so.
We think you guys should check it out too. So.
Yes.
Well, that'll wrap up this video, and as we always say, we always say it, this is the second time, but hey.
We'll see you next time. Good Lord willing and the creek don't rise.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Also, leave us a comment and tell us your favorite part. All right, let's try this again.
All right, let's do it.